everyone. Hi. I hope you are doing very well. So, I am meeting you after a 1 month gap, and today's live session was supposed to begin at 8:30 p.m. But due to some unavoidable circumstances, I had to start the live session at 9:30 p.m. So my live session on language and culture begins right now. So I welcome everybody and I invite you all to join my live session as early as possible. The topic for today's live session was decided earlier. The topic is language and culture. Yes, it is actually a topic of social linguistics, language and culture. It is a very important topic. So today I am going to talk about this topic of social linguistics, language and culture. Language and culture are interrelated and they influence each other. That means language influence culture or vice versa. That means culture also influence language in many extents. So culture influence language or vice versa. That means language also influence culture. First of all, I would like to talk about paralanguage, which is a very important point of language and culture. That is the speech, intonation, facial expression and gesture, body language, all these things. Paralanguage, it involves speech, intonation, facial expression, gesture, body language. It varies from culture to culture. Suppose you are actually a native speaker of Bengali language. English should be your foreign language. So if you speak Bengali, if you speak Bengali language, then definitely your accent, your body language, your pitch, intonation will be different from when you start speaking English. That means the expressions of English are not the same as Bengali language. There are a lot of differences in pitch, intonation, facial expression, gesture, and body language. So when a non-native speaker of English starts speaking English, then we see that their variation is completely different from the variation of the native speakers. Of course, through the mastery of language, she or he can achieve native-like proficiency, but most of the time, their language is influenced by their own native language. That means the foreign or second language or the other tongue they speak is mostly influenced by their native or mother language. So paralanguage actually varies from different culture. It varies in different cultures, from culture to culture. Like if we think of a British, his accent, body language, speech, intonation are completely different from an Australian. Although both British or American or Australian, they speak in the same language, English language, but there are a lot of variations you will find in their paralanguage. That means in their pitch, in their accent, in their intonation, in their facial expression, in their body language, gesture. So these actually are influenced by the cultural norms, regulations, the way you were brought up. Suppose I am brought up in Bangladeshi culture, so my accent, my pitch, intonation, the way my speech organs are habituated. My speech organs are habituated to speak Bangla or Bengali language. Similarly, and if you think of a man from Saudi Arabia, he is accustomed or habituated to speak Arabic language. So whenever he will start speaking English, his expressions, his speech, intonation, gesture, body language or accent will be completely different from a British speaker. Why is that? Because his speech organs are habituated to speak Arabic language since his birth. His culture has brought up him like this. He was brought up in Arabic society or Saudi Arabian culture. So in that case, whenever he or she starts speaking English language, we will see a lot of differences in their pitch, intonation, facial expression, gesture, or body language. Like in Arabic language, ta and da sound do not occur. So when they pronounce ta sound, they mostly use ta sound in their expressions instead of ta, because in Arabic language there is no ta sound, even there is no da sound as well. So they cannot pronounce ta, instead they pronounce ta. Like trouble, they don't say trouble, they speak trouble. They don't say daddy, they say daddy, because they were brought up in Arabic culture, in Saudi Arabian culture. So his culture has influenced his language. So this is evident. So this is known as paralanguage. Paralanguage means pitch, intonation, facial expression, gesture, the body language, all these things. Now let us talk about the homologous relationship between language and culture. Yes, language and culture both are in a homologous relationship. That means they both appeared and developed together, and they influence each other. Language and culture, both of them, both language and culture are in a homologous relationship. That means they appeared and developed together. Language is influenced by culture. Similarly, culture is influenced by the language. It is evident, as I have already said, and I will give you a lot of examples and references. Gradually we'll get to know that. Now let us talk about the thinking process. Yes, thinking process means the semantic code. Semantic code is the thought, from thought to language. That means from semantic code to phonological code. So most often we think of saying something, we always think in our native language, because native language is our culture. If I talk about culture, if I give the definition of culture, then culture is our identity. Karl Marx said culture is what we are and civilization is what we use. Culture is our root, our identity, our language, our expressions, everything. But what we use is called civilization. Culture is our identity and civilization is what we use. Like mobile phone. Mobile phone is the contribution of the civilization. So culture influence thinking process of language. That means whenever we are going to express something, first of all we have to think first, and then comes the expression. That means from thought the language develops. Each and every language develops from thought. This is called semantic code. Semantic code is the thought, and the language or the expression is called the phonological code. And the syntactic code is the grammar of language, which deals with correction. Suppose I said আমি ক্ষুধার্ত in Bangla, but in English it would be I'm hungry. So my phonological code can vary from culture to culture, from person to person, but the thought process is the same. That means I want to say that I'm hungry. The thinking process, the thought, that means the semantic code is same. But we always think in our native language, because we are brought up in a particular culture, and that particular culture has influenced our thinking process. So whenever we are going to say something, we are going to express something, we always think in our own language. That means our thinking process is always influenced by the culture where we are brought up. That means our surrounding culture. Now let us talk about intercultural interactions. Cultural exchange. Yes, culture influences language. Language is influenced by culture in many extents. Right from the beginning of this world, culture has influenced language in many extents. Because whatever we have seen so far is the cultural exchange that is evident. Because one culture is influencing other culture, another culture is being influenced by one culture. This is happening. So previously the transportation system or the communication system was not that good enough, and that's why the cultural exchange was less. but because of the advancement of transportation and the advancement of technology, our communication has developed, our transportation has developed. As a result, cultural exchange is happening in large numbers nowadays. Vastly. Cultural exchange is happening immensely nowadays because of the advancement of transportation and technology. We can easily communicate with other culture people, people from other culture, and we are communicating with everyone through mass media, through social media. Even the transportation system has developed a lot. So that is how language is being influenced by different cultures. One language is being influenced by many cultures around, and that is why we see that different expressions are coming to a particular language. That means one language is adopting different expressions or assimilating different expressions, words, because of the advancement of cultural exchange. Bangla language has borrowed many languages from other languages or other cultures. Even in the same way, English language has also borrowed many language from other language, borrowed many words from other language. So this is evident because of the cultural advancement, because of the cultural exchange that is taking place. Now let us talk about the transmission. Transmission means a language is transplanted into a particular group of people or a particular individual. This is happening because language is being influenced by the culture. Suppose if I talk about myself, I was brought up, still being brought up in a Bangladeshi Muslim culture. So my culture is Bangladeshi Muslim culture. So my language is mostly influenced by Bangladeshi Muslim culture. If I talk about a Hindu, he will express in different ways than a Muslim. How? Because if I talk about water, the English word water, Bangladeshi Muslim will call it pani, but in Hindu expression, it would be jal. Even we call brother bhai. A Hindu calls his brother dada. So the expressions are different, you see, because of different cultures. So he was brought up in a Hindu culture, and his expression is being influenced by his own culture. And I am brought up in a Muslim culture, and as a result, my expression is being influenced by Muslim culture, and my expressions are like this. This is how language is transmitted into a particular group of people or a particular individual. So culture is transplanting the expressions or different varieties of language into a particular group of people. Now let us talk about assimilation and social interactions. Yes, different expressions has been assimilated into English language, into Bangla language or Bengali language, in different languages as well, from other cultures. Different expression, words from other language has been assimilated into a particular language or a particular culture. If I talk about the history of English language, in England, there were many nations before, like first of all it was the Celts, then came the Gaels. Celts used to speak Celtic language, Gaels used to speak Gaelic language. Then came the Britons. I am talking about earlier England. Britons came to England, and their language has also influenced that nation. Their culture has influenced the nation that used to stay in England during that particular time. So Celts, Gaels and Britons, they were the earlier inhabitants of England. So the name Britain has been derived from the nation Britons, Great Britain. Britons used to stay in England or used to live in England. They were the earlier inhabitants of England at a particular time. And the name the name Britain, Great Britain, has been derived from the nation Britons, from Britons to Britain. I hope you understand. Now, let us talk about some other cultures like the Anglo-Saxon and Jutes. They came to England later on. Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, these three German nation, I mean they were from Germany, Teutonic tribes, they were a tribal group from Germany. Anglo-Saxon and Jutes, three tribes, they invaded England um, at a particular time during the Old English period, and their language was the Teutonic language. The Anglos started dominating England. Their language was Teutonic language. They were called the Teutonic tribes. So Anglos started dominating England, and they were the inhabitants of England during that time. That means English language has been derived from the Teutonic language, the language of the Anglos. The name England has been derived from Angla land. Anglos used to stay in England at a particular time. They were one of the earlier inhabitants of England, and the name England has been derived from Angla land. So Anglo and their language influenced English in many extents. So Teutonic language, dialect of German language, Teutonic language, is considered to be the father of English language. So English language has been influenced by many cultures, by different cultures, by people from different cultures, as I have already told you. Celts, Celtic language, Gaelic language, Britons, and even the language of the Anglos, that means the Teutonic language. And England was under Roman invasion for a long period of time. That means the language of Rome, that means the Latin language, has influenced English in many extents as well. So I hope you understand how a language is influenced by different culture. Similarly, in Bangla language, you have seen that Bengali language has borrowed words from many cultures, like the Portuguese, the words Balti Gamla. These words have been derived from Portuguese language. These words has been assimilated to Bangla language or Bengali language from Portuguese language. Similarly, Bengali language has borrowed a lot of words from Dutch language, from Arabic language, from Chinese language, from Persian language. So many cultures and many language have already influenced Bengali language in many extents. We have borrowed a lot of words from other cultures, from other countries, from other languages. Now, last but not the least, let us talk about the diversity. Yes, as we have seen many cultures all around the world. I mean, there are many cultures, many people all around the world, and there are different cultures. So because of the cultural diversity all around the world, language also has got a lot of diversity. If I talk about English language, English is not spoken in the same way in all cultures. The way English is spoken in England is completely different from the English that is spoken in Australia or even in America or even in Canada or even in New Zealand. So you understand, the same language English is used in different ways in different cultures. So their norms, their customs, their culture, their tradition is influencing language in many extents. Even if I talk about West Indian English, West Indian culture has influenced English language, and in West Indian culture, English is spoken differently. So this is how language and culture both influence each other, and they are in a homologous relationship. That means both language and culture have appeared and developed together, and they influence each other. That's the conclusion. So I hope you understand, you have gathered a lot of information from my live session, from my lecture. In my next live session, I will come back with another topic of linguistics, ELT, English language or English grammar, any topic, but I invite your suggestions because I have got a page on Facebook that is Manju's English Solutions, and each and every month, I mean the last Friday of each and every month, I conduct a live session on various topics of ELT, linguistics, English language and English grammar. So if you have any suggestion on which topic I should conduct my live session, you can come up with your suggestion. You are welcome. You can contact me through my mobile number. My contact number is already there on my page. Even you can text me to the inbox of my page. I always welcome your suggestion and your comments. I have got also a YouTube channel with the same title, Manju's English Solutions. There you will find all the live session, all the recorded video of my live sessions that I conduct on my Facebook page. So do not forget to visit that YouTube channel, Manju's English Solutions. I welcome your like, comment and subscription. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. So that's all for tonight. I'll come back to you with another new topic in my next live session. Till then, it's goodbye from here. Good night, take care and be happy. Thank you.